You know what's so great about these little devices we all have? It's literally our second witness, because I don't know if anybody listening is like me. You'll get into a conversation, it becomes emotionally charged, and you don't even remember what you said. But if you record what you said, you can go back later and listen, not only so that you can hear what the other person was really saying, because sometimes we can't even like hear each other when we're in the moment, but we can hear what the other person said, and we can also hear what we said, so that we can make adjustments with ourselves. I can make adjustments with myself, and I don't go through this sea of life perfectly, not even close, but I just want to, it's kind of full circle. If you go on my past videos, the very first video I ever took was the morning after I found out I had been marked as an apostate, and that was about a year ago, and I was crying and I looked ridiculous, and I basically just had a goodbye conversation with my kid brother. He's an elder. He loves his congregation just as I do too, but we both made different choices. And I have to honor and respect his choice that he chooses to stay. And I have to respect the boundaries that he wants to enforce now. Shunning. I don't consider him shunning me, but because I love him, it's like, whatever, but so we said goodbye to each other. We said goodbye to each other, and we told each other that we love each other very much. And he used the scripture about how Jesus said he would come with a sword and cause division. And I said, yeah, but those who are aligned with love and Christ, they don't do the shunning. So the reason why that conversation happened is because I went to the Kingdom Hall this morning. I don't know, just something inside of me was like, just go for all the victims who can't go. And so I went, and I sat through the talk, which was like 15 proverbs. It was like proverb, which is great. I love proverbs. It was fine. And then came the Watchtower study on child sex abuse. I mean, the title of the article is Love and Justice in the Face of Wickedness. And I sat through the article. I raised my hand 16 times. I know I probably was just making myself look like a fool, but I don't know. I didn't know. I was never told I didn't have the privilege to comment. So I raised my hand 16 times. I mean, I should have known after like the 5th or 6th time it wasn't going to happen, but... And so I went up to the elder who conducted the Watchtower. And if you're watching this, maybe you're thinking, why would you do that? Like, be cautious as serpents and innocent as doves. And maybe I was being a bulldog. I've had bulldogs for the last 14 years. I love bulldogs. And I went up to him and I just asked him about paragraph 13, because I think that kind of highlights what a whitewashed PR stunt this whole article really is. Paragraph 13 says, do elders, in bold print, do elders comply with secular laws about reporting an allegation of child abuse to the secular authorities? Yes. That's what the article says. When anyone who's read the Shepherd the Flock of God book or any of the leaked elders' letters knows that the first person an elder is to call is the legal department. And so I just asked the conductor, we here both know that you're told to call the legal department, so don't you think that that's dishonest for this congregation to think that you're told to call the police. And that's when he got into, oh, well, we call the legal department because different states have different laws on reporting. And I said, shouldn't we be above that? Shouldn't we just always call the police because this is a crime? Anyway, then we got into it, and I will post our conversation because I recorded it. It's super terrible, poor sound quality because there's lots of background noise. So maybe if anybody wants to download it and make the sound better, be my guest. Because I think there's some really important things, like really understanding the psychology of these men who are elders, who really, truly, in their heart of hearts, believe that they're doing the right thing. It's just interesting to listen to this conversation. And so I knew when I was walking out of that Kingdom Hall that they're immediately going to be on the phone with my little brother because he's an elder. And if he wants to keep his position and his social life and his life, he's going to have to remove me from it completely, because you don't get to have it both ways. If you're in the Jehovah's Witness organization, you don't get to have your family. You don't get to have the dignity to leave with a voice, because one of the things my brother kept saying was, you just had to rock the boat. You just couldn't keep your mouth shut. And I'm like, well, shouldn't that show you that this is like a high control organization, a cult? And he's like, you care more about strangers, other people, than me. This is him speaking, because he wanted me to just be quiet. I guess I'm just not that person. I'm sorry if you ever watch this video. I'm sorry I couldn't just be quiet for you, but it's not just about us. It's not just about us. If it was just about me, or just my family, I would stay quiet. But if that was how everybody operated, this is why there are things like human sex trafficking, because people just say, oh, it's not happening in my backyard, so I'm just going to turn a blind eye to it. It's like, we can't live like this anymore. But I am sorry to my brother that I couldn't be that quiet person for you. All right, I gotta go blow my nose.